Hello, everyone. Welcome to our in-depth education for today. We have a topic which you are going to love. It is the 3 steps to maximize your net profits inside of your coaching business. So today we are covering 3 principles that are going to help you to understand and have a deeper level of understanding inside of your business. It's going to help you to maximize profits. And those are, the first one is a hierarchical of needs. We're also going to cover the hedonic treadmill and sustainable value creation. So welcome to class. We do have a resource for you. So if you would love to get the resource in your hot little hands, then just type in the comments below profit. If you're watching the recording and the replay, it is, and inside Maximum Growth Academy, it is in the download button just underneath here. So if you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, comment replay. If you have insights along the class today, just drop them in, share them, and inspire the community. So why do we even want to understand how we can maximize our profits inside of our business? And essentially, it helps us to be able to deliver a high level of service. We get to keep some of the money for ourselves. We get to also make sure that we're not just in this feast and famine cycle that we can be sometimes, and we can now start to grow our business and have more profit at the end instead of this kind of really stressful dynamic that can be inside of our coaching business. So the first dynamic I really want to address with you today is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, or hierarchical of needs. You've probably seen this before if you're into psychology or you've done some study on the mind. And so this is a need triangle, which basically shows the multi-layered levels and hierarchical of needs that an individual has, and they go through the basic needs that they're trying to have fulfilled, which is their need for food, water, shelter, just basic needs that they have, clothing and sleep. And so once those needs are met, then they move on to more safety needs, that employment, getting money in the door. And then from there, we go into belonging, wanting to feel part of a community. Then it's about self and self-esteem and self-actualizing. And so anytime we're at the maybe further up the triangle, if something below, for example, we lose money or we don't have a home or something changes, we have to drop down and fill the bottom one needs up first before we can go into the top needs. So it's essentially like the survival, and then we have a growth section of this triangle. And so why this triangle is really important for us to understand is there's a journey and pathway that someone would take when they are self-actualizing. And we want to think about that in terms of our business that we have. And so what's the pathway that they would be going on through the journey that they go with us. And the reason why we want to know that is because it's going to help us to maximize our profits, because we're maximizing our service that we have inside of the business. So let me show you our Maximum Growth Academy version of this. And so, yes, we did base it on Maslow's hierarchy of needs because it is a fundamental part of psychology, and it is something that also happens for coaches, and I use it also inside of my work that I do with business owners, is there's different stages and phases that someone's going to go through when they're starting a business. And that's the startup phase, which is there's lots of confusion. You've got the survival, which is just fear running you. And then there's the spot fires where you feel like, okay, I've got a little bit of dynamic, I've started to work a little bit more, but it feels very reactive and you're just putting out spot fires and you're not really sure what's going on. And then there's the scale up stage where you're like, okay, I'm ready to grow, whether it be growing in the type of services that you offer, like group coaching, or if it's growing and serving even more people, or maybe it's just increasing and having a high ticket offer. And so there's a level of scale up. And so you've got to have a visionary. So you're starting to kind of move from that survival need to a growth need. And then from there, there's that growth into growing your business and actualizing your potential. And so what we realize is that there are 3 levels and stages that you as a coach would go through. And so there's that identity piece, which is very much in the startup, survival, spot fire stage, is you're trying to figure out who you are. Because if you have a solid sense of self, you create a business around your identity, then from there you can grow and scale something because it feels like it's you. You don't have to scale and then burn it to the ground again because you're like, this isn't even me and it's not what I love doing. And so that's why it's so important to create identity-based businesses that you feel like you're getting paid to be you and it's an expression of you. We're really big on that inside of Maximum Growth Academy. So then that becomes about individuality. And that's like the next level and the next layer that you build on when you're growing your business, is that then you're growing who am I in the marketplace, what's my identity and what's my individuality that I offer inside of the industry. And then from there, we then start to move on to our inspiration. And that's where you feel like I've got a solid sense of self. I know who I am. I know my place in the market. And now I just want to continue to grow and do something more than what I'm currently doing and have greater levels of inspiration that run through you. And so you can see on the right-hand side, we also have this, what we call in our Maximum Growth Academy, a stress to fulfillment ratio. Because most of the time, people who come and start with us, there's a higher level of stress and less fulfillment. But they have a desire inside. They love what they do. They want to just be able to do more of it and have more fulfillment, less stress. And so that's what happens as we like self-actualize or we actualize our potential as a coach, is that we want to move to, it's not to make it stress-free. That's definitely not the outcome, but there's a balance of stress and or maybe more eustress, which is adapting to the changing environment, embracing the challenge and working with that rather than it just being completely stressful. And so as people go through this stage, you can see then there's a lot of thought into the stages that a client will go through when they're coming to us and wanting to grow their business. And so when you think about that for you in your business, if you had a model like this, and let's say, for example, you used something that was similar, like a triangle model, and then you worked on what are the stages and the phases that they would go through, and then building something out, you can then see that you're offering maximum service for your clients and then taking them on a beautiful journey from start to the end. And therefore you can maximize your profits inside of your business because you're actually serving at a higher, greater, and deeper level. So that's why it's really important to understand the needs of your clients and what's the hierarchy of needs that they would be going through, and how could you start to think about what service and product and ideas that you have that you can help them on that journey. Okay, so that's one way that we can maximize our profits in the business. The next is I wanted to talk to you about the hedonic treadmill. So you may have heard this before. Hedonic means pleasure. And we can be in this like cycle of pleasure and seeking pleasure. But what we do have is that when we go and we seek we seek pleasure. Let's say, for example, we want more income. So we go in and we seek more income. And we get that. We go, okay, great. And then we have this like obtaining it and then adapting it. We enjoy the rewards of it. And then you've now set a new baseline for your comfort level because you spent more money, and so then the result of that is you then have to go earn more money or make more money, and then you're just on this like treadmill of like desire, get it, don't feel so much fulfilled. And then again, because every time you think I need something more, there's a part of you that's going, well, maybe if I had something more, it would make my life more fulfilled, I'd be happier, and you'd have all these dynamics and thoughts in place. And so when we're on this treadmill, and that also comes into our spending habits, because especially if we make money, spend it, make money, spend it, make money, spend it as a coach, what happens, we're on this hedonic treadmill going round and round and round, and we can't seem to get off it. And so it's not about even maximizing profits, because there is no profits because there's nothing to spend left because you're spending too much. And so the result of that is we want to be able to start to get off that treadmill personally, so that you can put more saving profits away in your business. It's actually the very thing we focused on in class last night in our Maximum Growth Academy, which is really putting some focus on to maximizing profits inside of your business. And so not just inside of your personal life, but inside of your business, and keeping some of that money to having profit in your business. And so we also want to think about this in terms of our coaching clients that we work with. And so sometimes they can be on this treadmill and this hedonic treadmill that they're going around. So they come to you and they want a problem solved. And let's say they go, well, I'm struggling with money. I want to make a little bit more money. Okay, great. And then they make more money, but then maybe they also spend more money, or they make it and then they get to this new comfort zone and then they go, okay, now I'm just like going to go and strive for more in comfort zone. And so what we want to be able to do is also teach our clients about this treadmill that they can also be on, because if we can help them to say that, oh, maybe there's, a greater desire of having a bigger goal that we can work on and a vision that we can work on, that might be inspiring to work on. Maybe there's also some past dynamics that you want to work on that's kind of keeping you in this hedonic treadmill where you keep on going round and round and round and spending money, and it's like, what's going on there? And so the result of that is you get to help them on a broader perspective, not just maybe what they come to you with, I just want to make more money, but you get to go on a deeper level transformation with them and help them to become more aware. Because if we're externally motivated maybe to achieve all of these things or gain these things, external, more bigger house, bigger car, all of that, and we've lost the internal drive, then it doesn't matter how much you have on the outside, you're still not going to feel very fulfilled. And so we've got to teach our clients how to have that inner world fulfillment, because that is lasting. And so it's about training that. So we want to also think about then in terms of your business, and it's like, how can you maybe help your clients to think more broadly about their life, and how do they get off the hedonic treadmill, or maybe you as a coach get off it and then start thinking about longer time horizons, particularly with your money, because that's also going to help you to maximize profits inside of your business. Okay, so there's the last thing I wanted to talk to you about, which is around sustainable value creation. Now, we had that journey before of showing you how we had the triangle and Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and showed you the journey that a coach can go on. So there's also what we can do, and especially because most coaches love the mind, they love learning. This is an amazing opportunity to really turn your learning into earning, for you to have the ability now to create a value offer and pieces of trainings or courses or sessions that you can do with someone that takes them on a journey that they can then get a lot of value out of the work that they do with you, which then means that the lifetime value of the client increases. So what I mean by that is, let me show you maximum growth. One. So you might have seen this if you've seen our website. So we have our purpose with Maximum Growth is to help you to actualize your potential as a coach. And so there's a journey that you go on. Even if we have some coaches who are under 20K and some coaches who are over 20K. Now they come with different problems, but there's still a similar journey that they want to go on, because everyone needs service certainty. They need to know that the very thing that they're offering, they want to have service certainty in the clients that they're seeing, the message that they offer, the voice that they have in the outside world. They want to have certainty in the money that they can bring in and hold on to. And so service certainty is an essential part of a client's journey. And so once they have that, because they've overcome their doubts and fears, and we have doubts and fears at different levels because we have different growth ceilings that we have. So once they have that level of certainty, then we realize that coaches then need to have fulfilled action. Every coach loves what they do and wants to amplify and do more of it. But the thing is, they either don't have a value on business, they're doing business in a way that feels misaligned with them, they're doing strategies that they're being told to do for whatever reason, but it doesn't feel like it's actually an expression of who they are. And so from there, we want to be able to create fulfilled action that it feels like it's aligned, because there's no point growing and scaling something and then you just burn it to the ground because you're like, this isn't even who I am anymore. So you want to have like a solid sense of self so that you can grow your business, and it's just you amplified out to the world, which is super inspiring. And then there's impact growth. There's like another level and another level that you can grow beyond you. Maybe that's delegating, we call it let go and grow, which is You can if you're a one band show as a coach, you can only grow to the degree that you're willing to put time, energy, and effort into all the other things it takes to grow your business. At some stage, you've got to hire to be able to grow, so that you create space and time for you to do other things that are money generating or value generating for your clients. And so as we do that, and as a client, people now see that journey, and it's like, whoa, there's so much of a journey that you can work with someone and a journey that you can take them on. You want to consider something similar within your business, because if you can take someone on a journey from start to finish, or a continual journey, they're going to feel like there's maximum value in the work that you offer. And maximum value brings maximum service, which brings, you can then start to maximize your profits inside of your business, because you're focused on service. It's like, how else can I serve? How can I serve at a deeper level? How could I serve more people? And so as we do that, I want you to consider it as well. With our model, we've put a lot of thought and time into it. And so one of the things that we also looked at is, because we know that we have perceptions, decisions, and actions that are influencing, governing us. So if you look at it, say, fulfilled action, just have a little, I'm geeking out with you right now, team, so hang out with me for a minute. So if you looked at identity-based business, it's a lot of those trainings that we have around that is around shifting your perceptions, because in order to have fulfilled action, we have to shift your perception that you have that's blocking you and stopping you from having fulfilled action. The next is your decisions. That's a clarity code. So we want you to make different decisions around business that feels more aligned and fulfilled. It's our process that we have, which is our clarity code. And then we have our actions, which is why it's called our business action model, because they're getting you to take actions inside of your business that feel very aligned and inspired, so that you're creating a business that feels fulfilling, nourishing, it matches your voids, values, vision, it matches your purpose. You feel like you're making maximum contribution to humanity in a way that feels aligned. And so because of that, there's a lot more depth into what we've built out for you. And so you might want to consider that for your coaching clients as well, because if there's this really beautiful journey that you're going to be taking them on, and you have a hand-holding step-by-step process that they do, then they're going to feel like there's a lot of, maybe sometimes there's work to be done, or there's different components that can be done, but they go on a journey with you. And that's what you want, because the cost of acquisition for a client, every company is different, but it does cost a lot, because you've got to go out, meet people, have conversations, have sales conversations. Maybe there's a few of those, and then they convert them, and then they're a client. And then they've got to have the journey of know, liking, and trusting you, because they have to, I think it's like 20 pieces of content someone needs to see and experience from you before they're even maybe open to buying from you. So you can imagine that all that effort and work just to have one sale, versus when you get the sale and you have them and you nourish and nurture them, then the cost of acquisition has gone down dramatically, because you're not having to do that. You're just having to make sure that you provide maximum value for them inside of your business, which then helps you to maximize your profits in the business. So if that is sounding interesting to you, and you have maybe sparked an idea, maybe coming into maximum growth, do reach out to us and start a conversation. We would love to be able to help you to actualize your potential as a coach. But today's topic has very much been on helping you to maximize your profits inside of your business. And so hopefully you can take away from this session and class today is around the hierarchy of your needs, and knowing that your client has a journey needs journey that they want to have fulfilled, and wanting to have an understanding of what that journey is for them is really important. You could base it on that Maslow's hierarchy of needs if you wanted to, or create your own. We also then had that hedonic treadmill that we go on round and round and round, and just seems to can't get off, because our desire gets bigger, we reach it, we adapt, we feel like this is our new norm, and now we've got to go and search for something more. So this external search is actually what's keeping us in our suffering. And so we want to be able to get off that, step off that treadmill, step off, and then start to make different decisions that we have around, specifically around our money, so that we can actually maximize our profits inside of our business. And then at the end of the day, to maximize your profits and what you gain, you have to offer something in return. And so sustainable value creation is that having a taking all the wisdom that you have inside of you, coach, and seeing how much wisdom you already have and being able to lay that beautiful journey out for them. If that's something inspiring, come and speak to us. We have a process and focus on helping you to be able to do that so that you can get and share your service with the world. So hopefully you have found today insightful, interesting. If you have, comment below. Would love to hear your thoughts and your wisdom. So thank you so much for showing up. If you'd love to join Maximum Growth Academy, again, just reach out to us. We'd love to help you. And I look forward to seeing you at the next perfect time.